All right, so you know how we're always talking about making a real impact? Well, get this. We're about to deep dive into how art can do just that.
And maybe even make a living too, right?
You got it. We're talking using your art to connect with your community, but like in ways you've probably never even thought about.
I'm intrigued. What kind of stuff are we talking about?
Okay, so check this out. 7 community engagement ideas for artists. It's got me so pumped.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Total
Yeah.
goldmine of ideas.
Right. Like, what if art wasn't just something we experience, but something we actually use to, like, build bridges, create change?
I love that. And, one of the things that really struck me about this whole idea is the power of online art communities.
Oh, totally. It's
Yeah.
like stepping into a global open studio 24/7, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's not just about showing off your work, it's about connecting with other artists, learning from each other.
Collaborating, too. I mean, in this article highlights how artists are using these spaces to literally transform their entire careers.
It's true. I was just talking to the sculptor. She told me joining this online forum, it was for kinetic art, totally niche. It was a turning point for her.
Wow. Seriously.
Yeah, she went from like struggling to even get people to see her work to exhibiting internationally,
No way.
all because she found her tribe online.
That's so cool.
It's about more than just getting your art out there. It's about connecting, contributing to a community.
And building authority, too, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, can lead to some serious income streams.
Oh, absolutely.
Membership fees for exclusive content, sponsorships, teaching online workshops. It's amazing.
It's like a whole new world opening up. Artists taking control, building sustainable careers on their own terms. Love to see it.
Okay, so we've got the online world covered. But what about making an impact right where we live? This article dives into public art.
There's so much to unpack there. And it goes way beyond just putting up a mural on a wall.
Although, don't get me wrong, I'm here for a good mural.
Of course. But think about it. Public art can completely transform spaces, bring people together.
Totally. Like those laneways we saw in Melbourne, remember?
Yes, so vibrant, full of life.
Totally changed the vibe of that whole area.
And that's what's so powerful about public art. It goes beyond just looking nice. It becomes part of a community's identity.
And can even revitalize entire neighborhoods.
Absolutely. And that revitalization often spills over into tourism, which leads us to another cool idea from the article, art tourism.
It's amazing how art can bring new life to a place, literally and figuratively. This article talks about the Wynwood Walls in Miami. It used to be just warehouse walls,
Yeah.
and now it's like this huge international art destination.
It's incredible. And what I find fascinating about art tourism is that it's not just about passively observing art. It's about really experiencing a place through a creative lens.
Connecting with the local culture in a whole new way.
Exactly. And for artists, this opens up amazing opportunities, leading walking tours, opening up their studio.
Sharing their process, their inspiration. It's like crafting these immersive experiences. And for artists, that can mean income, building a business, all while doing what they love.
Talk about a win-win, right?
And speaking of making a living through art, this article dives into something I know you're passionate about: sustainable art practices. It's not just what we create, but how we create it.
100%. The environmental impact of art materials is real, and thankfully, there's a real push towards more eco-conscious practices.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, we're seeing a surge in workshops on using natural pigments, from plants, insects even.
No way.
Oh, yeah. Or repurposing discarded materials in really creative ways.
Oh, cool.
It's like art is becoming this incredible platform for not just expressing ourselves, but also advocating for the planet.
I love that.
And artists are uniquely positioned to lead the charge, right?
Totally. They can share their knowledge through workshops, create eco-friendly supplies.
Consult with organizations even.
It's like, be the change you want to see in the world, but make it art.
I love that. And speaking of using art to make a difference, this next topic is right up your alley, art therapy.
I was blown away by the impact it can have. It's incredible how art can be such a powerful tool for healing.
Right. And the best part is you don't have to be like a capital A artist to benefit.
It's about the process itself, using art as this language to express yourself.
This article talks about a program at the National Gallery of Art. It's for people with Alzheimer's.
Wow,
They combine looking at art with discussions, and then they do some hands-on art making.
so cool.
And the results are incredible. They found that it really improved people's moods, helped them be more social.
It's amazing how art can tap into parts of our brains that traditional therapies just can't reach, you know?
Absolutely. And for artists, this opens up so many possibilities. Becoming an art therapist,
Working with hospitals, mental health organizations,
private practice even.
it's such an incredible way to use your art to help others.
100%. And if we're talking about using art to make a real difference, we have to talk about community engagement residencies.
Oh, yes. This is where artists get to really immerse themselves in a community, right?
Exactly. It's not about that stereotype of the artist working alone in a studio. These residencies are about collaborating, giving a voice to people who aren't always heard.
Using art as a tool for real social change.
Precisely. And the cool thing is, these residencies are often funded through grants, local sponsorships.
The article even mentioned crowdfunding.
People see the value in what these artists are doing.
It's so inspiring.
It really is. It's about bringing artists and communities together, creating this amazing exchange of skills and experiences.
Yeah, it's really incredible how these residencies can break down barriers and build empathy in a way that nothing else can.
It's really powerful stuff. And, it all circles back to that idea of connection that we were talking about before, that desire for authenticity.
Totally. And it's not just about art tourism. It's so much bigger than that.
It's like this yearning for meaning, for purpose, and creative engagement is such a huge part of that.
And one of the things I love most about everything we've been talking about is that it's accessible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't need a fancy art degree or gallery representation to make a difference.
Absolutely. You can totally start small, dip your toes in, join an online forum, volunteer your skills at a local nonprofit.
Oh, or how about this? Organize an art walk in your neighborhood.
Love it. Or even just start experimenting with more eco-friendly art materials at home. Every little bit counts.
It really does.
Mhm.
It makes me think of that quote, the world is calling for people to be more creative, more expressive, more themselves.
Oh, is that Carrie Smith?
Yeah.
I love that one. And I feel like this whole deep dive has really given us a glimpse into how we can answer that call.
Totally. It's been so inspiring, and it makes me curious. What kind of impact are you hoping to make through your own art?
Ooh, that's a big question. Let me think for a sec. I think for me, it's about using my art to amplify the stories and experiences that don't always get heard.
That's powerful.
Art has this incredible power to connect us on a human level, and that feels more important now than ever, don't you think?
100%. 100%. So what about you? What's resonating with you most from everything we've talked about?
Honestly, it's that feeling of possibility, like no matter how big or small, we all have the power to use our creativity to make a difference.
It's true, isn't it?
That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
It really is.
So there you have it, a deep dive into how art can not only make the world a better place, but can be a fulfilling career path too.
And I hope everyone listening feels inspired to maybe explore some of these ideas, discover their own way to make their mark on the world through art.
Because like we were saying, every little bit counts.
Exactly. And remember, creating art is a journey. It's not a race to the finish line. So keep experimenting, keep connecting, keep creating. You never know what amazing things you'll bring to life. I love that. And with that note, thanks for tuning in to this deep dive into art and community engagement. Until next time.